Magic are sizzling hot. What's up, everybody? The Magic defeat the Hornets 101 to 89. How you doing, Jay? It's good to be here with you, man.
What's up, man?
Feeling good after a victory. Good to see you too, man. I know those allergies kicking your ass, but let's do this recap. What do you say?
Let's get it. Yeah, man, it's kind of nuts.
The last 15 games, the Magic are 11-4 right now, and this game was punctuated for me by the bench, Jay. I mean, Cole and Moritz both getting, I think, 7 in that final frame. Anthony Black added 3. Jonathan Isaac added 3 in the fourth quarter, and that really put it away right at the beginning because the Hornets were sticking around. They were being pesky. You know, these Steve Clifford teams, they're going to play defense. They're going to grit it up. You know, they're going to try to make it a little messy, and they did. But that also plays into the hands of the Orlando Magic because we like a kind of a slowed down game as well. That plays into our strengths. And yeah, I can't say enough. Got to give it up for Mole and Cole. Maybe we could just the Mole Anthony show, the Mole Wagner show. It was Moritz and Cole for me tonight. I mean, 5 of 11 for Cole, not a great number necessarily, but 14 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Moritz much more efficient, 5 of 8, 11 points, added 4 boards and a couple assists. Look at the plus minuses, like Moritz was plus 12, Cole was plus 15, Jinglin Joe was plus 15, Anthony Black was plus 7. That's higher than any of our starters. Franz was minus 3 tonight. So the bench really came through when early on it was kind of an ugly game for our starters. Things weren't looking good. And man, the bench has really been something else. We outscore them 46-23 there. Jay, what was your first kind of biggest takeaway from
that's pretty
game?
insane, man. My biggest takeaway initially is before the game even started, bro, I was like, it's the Hornets. We gonna kill them. You know, like literally, like I'm just like, they don't got LaMelo. We gonna kill them, right? Yeah. Obviously, they had a good pickup in Brandon Miller in this last draft or whatever, but like still, I was like, we're gonna kill them. He's gonna get his 20, 25, whatever. I predicted that. He only got 18, so I mean, whatever. My thing was we struggled way too much with that game, bro. Like, you know, we got the dub again. We're closing in towards the end of the NBA season. We cannot be having difficulties like this on like teams like this because you're gonna get the Boston Celtics are gonna score 82 and a half and fucking kill us, you know. Dude,
that's absurd what they did to the Warriors.
Yeah. It's crazy, but obviously, realistically speaking, if we're trying to do something in these playoffs, you know, those are teams like that we have to be prepared for. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we got a good record against them, but it's just the thought.
Yeah,
let them
stick around. Sorry about that. We did let them stick around a little bit too much. Like, you expect good teams to make adjustments and come out in the third and like change the dynamic of the game. And I was a little worried when we came out in the third and they actually kind of brought it to us. Davis Bertans was like hitting threes like no other. I think he hit like 4 in a row there. I mean, Davis Bertans, quite possibly the only man pastier than me in the NBA. He looked like his jersey was too big for him, and yet he's out there just like swishing threes. He kind of reminds me of like the Geico caveman, and if that's what Latvian men look like, it doesn't bode well for Latvian women. I'm sorry, all the Latvian ladies watching right now. I'm sure you're gorgeous, but Davis Bertans is doing you no favors. So that's just my comment on Davis Bertans. You mentioned Brandon Miller. That guy is good. Like, the jump shot is nice. At one point, he crossed up J.I. and hit a shot. Like, they've got a guy in Brandon Miller that Hornets fans, if you're here, I don't know why you are. You're probably not because you've probably already given up on your team. I don't blame you. You're probably looking at the draft. You're probably looking at draft content right now. Understandable. But they've got a guy. That was the right number 2 pick. That was good.
I'll take LaMelo in the offseason.
You want another guard? I want nowhere near LaMelo. He just doesn't strike me as like a winner cat.
Yeah, I got you, man. It's like I have this thing with my family where I do like these hot takes where they're just like, want to look the other way kind of deal. So
Okay.
I like saying little
So you're
random
testing me.
things.
So you're saying I'm
Hey,
family. Thank you. That's nice of you, Jay.
it's a,
Oh, oh.
hey.
Wow. So that's
I thought
you're a
that's what
cousin.
cousins are for.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. But look, let's talk about this. My
Mhm.
player, kind of like that I kind of stood out to me tonight.
Yeah.
He scored 0 points, but
Mhm.
I started looking at the stat line, bro. Joe Ingles had 8 assists. Like, what? That's kind of crazy. Um, he went plus 15 for the game for tonight, and he only played 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty good stat line because again, it's not all about it's not all about the where you score or whatnot. It's like how you contribute to it. So,
Right.
um,
That's interesting you brought him up because I wrote down something. I don't know if it was like, I think it was probably the fourth quarter when the bench was going on a really nice run and he
yeah,
was, he was in there, but I'm like, damn, I don't think I've seen Joe Ingles take a shot. Like, I don't know if he took a whole shot. He took one shot this entire game. It was a 3-point shot. He missed it. But as you said, 8 assists plus 15. He was really like the point guard out there for that second unit. And that's what he's been doing.
that's why literally I'm like, wow, I'm actually surprised. Like once I looked at the stat sheet again, I just enjoyed the game. I try not to pay attention too much. I'll probably go insane if I sit there and count how many shots somebody takes. So I just look at the stat sheet at the end of it. But it's kind of it's about how they impact the game. So Jonathan Isaac went 4 for 4, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just takes the game how it comes to him, which is something I really enjoy about his play. I mean, he
Pause.
it's it just we're all thanking everything that when he went down a couple of games ago, it was nothing serious,
I'm I'm
and
just
he
glad he's on the
just
floor, man.
right exactly like the fact that he could get back, just missed I think one game, playing 18 minutes here. I mean, now the one we're worried about is Kel, who's out for this game for injury, knee maintenance. So
I'm not worried about that. I
Anthony
know.
Black gets more minutes, and I mean 3 or 4 from beyond the arc. The knock on him and
I
the
know.
knock that I had coming out of college and watching him play at summer league, where he didn't even look like he wanted anything to do with the 3-point shot, and to now, I mean, let me look up what is his season average. It's got to be pretty freaking high. Let's see here, 3-point regular season 3-point 38% as a rookie. I know he's not taking a lot, but from a guy who the knock was he
Back at
can't
the time
shoot to now where he is
that he played.
incredible.
The thing about Anthony Black is we have only been able to afford him, a certain amount of minutes randomly throughout the season. So like depending on how much he plays and how much repetitions he actually puts into the game, that's kind of going to determine, I feel like, what his average is going to be. You're not going to get a true like average number until he starts consistently and starts getting at least a certain amount of minutes consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And when is that going to be? We really don't know. It might not be until next season.
if
It'll be interested.
and I for whatever reason I still feel like depending on what Markel
Right.
what they do with Markel, that's
Right.
really what's gonna determine that. So
That's been the
I
big
mean,
variable. But he's putting a lot of pressure on that contract negotiation for sure. He's losing Markel some money right now in the Magic organization, I feel like, because they've got to feel confident in what Anthony Black brings. He doesn't bring right now nearly the playmaking and some of just those like intangibles that Markel has when he's on the court, but hey, if he can step out, shoot some threes, he's a really great defender, plus defender, and he can handle the ball as like a 6'9" guard like dude. That's checking a lot of boxes. Maybe not all the ones that
yeah.
Markel checks, but some different ones as well. So I was bummed about Markel not starting. We've seen the shot looks better. Like there hasn't been the hitch as much in the last couple of games. I'm thinking, oh, okay, is the TOS getting better? We saw some. I'm not sure if you saw this, but I think it was Wendell Epps posted something of him shooting free throws lefty. So him experimenting with the left hands, like interesting. Okay, I wonder what would happen there. But back to your main point on this and kind of playing down to the competition, it's got to get cleaned up. It's got to get cleaned up. There were 18 turnovers in this game, just too many. Like, normally you don't win a game when you turn the ball over that much. They scored 23 points off those 18 turnovers. I mean, if you cut that in half, that's more of like the blowout that you were expecting when we're going into this game.
Yeah, for sure. I expected them to go off, man.
Yeah.
And my family and I have this thing, and I keep mentioning my family because that's who I watch the games with. Bro, I have this thing where I bet on the Magic, and my family like doesn't like it. They're like, you should not bet. You shouldn't bet, on your players and whatnot, because now you attach money to it. There's been several nights. There's been several nights where I put money on Jalen Suggs to get me 10 points,
right?
And he hasn't.
You're just hunting for like a Jalen Suggs 3 for no reason at the end of the game,
bro. And the thing is that as a Magic fan, we know Jalen Suggs can put up 10 points in a game.
Easy.
But obviously not if he's failed me on these parlays, man. Tonight it was Franz.
Well,
Don't get me started with that.
Suggs got into foul trouble early. So that if you had money with Suggs, you're like, oh shit, this is not going well. Him and Gary Harris picking up fouls early. I put money on Gary to get the first bucket and us to win since he got our last two. It does get problematic when you put like these parlays and betting on player props. Peach would get so pissed at me because I'm out here like hunting like a random Cole Anthony rebound at some point, and it does get a little weird. I just keep the amounts low where if I lose, I don't really care. Like, I still care way more about the win.
That's how I do.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I do. But if I put up $5 and the only checkbox that doesn't happen is for Jalen Suggs to get 10 points and like $200 is on the line because I was betting $5 on like a plus 2,000,
But this is a tough team to gamble on, honestly, because the scoring can come from so many different places normally. So it's really tough to say like who's going to get it that night.
That's why I stick with the 10 points, bro. It doesn't matter who scores in the night.
All these 10-point parlays.
I do these random little 10-point ones.
So you do like Paulo to get 15, Franz to get 15, Jalen to get 10. These like safer
10.
Long ass. Okay.
Jalen should get me 10 points in the game, bro. But tonight he went 2 for 4. He had 4 points.
He only played 20 minutes. That's why. He only played 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know he got into foul trouble.
Right.
I said it in some of our previous recaps. I'm going to continue saying it because I truly, truly believe that this is something that as our team matures, they're going to have to go through the offseason and kind of work on this is emotions, bro. They let these refs get the best of them. They play expecting some of these calls, and it completely destroys like their confidence. And you can read it, man. It's so like it's out there, like you just see it, right? And it changes the flow of the game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know the exact number, dude, but tonight was like one of the most tech handout games that I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, there were like 3 or 4 for sure.
Like what?
It was odd, man. It was like the referees were letting everything go in the beginning of the game, which is fine with me. If you're going to let them play, let them play. But then it seemed as though they wanted to, at times they would switch it up, and that was confusing to the players. And I think that's what led to some of the frustration is, I thought you were going to let us play, and then you call this ticky-tack foul down here on Trey Mann.
For sure.
What's going on with that? And I think that's what was getting people so frustrated, and understandably so. I mean, we got to the line 15 times. We averaged 25 this season, and in the last 15, we averaged 22.2. So they definitely were, swallowing the whistles, which I'm actually for. But when they decided to blow the whistle, then it just gets kind of confusing. It's like they let it get out of control almost, and they were trying to rein it in, and that never really works. You either got to let them play or you got to be on the whistle, because
it's tough, man.
You can't really. It's
they're
really
always
tough.
Going to be.
Yeah,
it's tough because they're always going to be, under that microscope by everybody, right? But but I could definitely tell like there was right after some of those like really really harsh fouls
Mhm.
with Jalen Suggs, there was some moments where they like let Suggs play really hard on some plays and didn't call it. I think because they like I don't know what they think, but they could probably think like they feel bad for the guy or something. They're like, all right, man, let me give him a break, you know. But
So I'm looking at this. The only other thing I had here was like from this game was that J. Cole is a part owner of the Hornets, which I had forgotten about until I saw him sitting sideline. I'm thinking to myself, damn,
yeah,
why can't we have a cool ass rapper or some cool ass celebrity as a part owner of our team? Like all we have is these nerdy ass DeVosses and the woman who tried to tank public education in America. I just can't we have something cool? It would be cool for Shaq. That would be something sweet. Do you have a celebrity that you'd like to see a partial
that's
ownership in the Magic? Just like dream scenario. It doesn't have to be realistic.
okay. I mean, Orlando is got a big Latin community, so
Okay.
I wouldn't mind getting a Latin person kind of like jumped in there,
Oh, that'd be nice. You have a
a
favorite?
Bad Bunny, a Daddy
Okay.
Yankee, something like that. If you
Yeah.
talk a dream scenario,
The whites will know those names for sure. Those are like those are out there.
At least in Orlando, I would hope so.
Yeah, no, I know Bad Bunny, and I'm white, like Wonder Bread over here. I went to a Bad Bunny concert, and I did get a little turned. There might be an embarrassing video of there out there on me.
Did you
on me.
really?
Oh yeah, I was feeling it. I was definitely in my feels for that. But real quick, let's look at these standings before we get out of here because I'm just looking at the scoreboard right now as we're recording this. And the Hawks beat the Knicks, which is huge. And the Nets pulled out a victory against the Sixers. Unfortunately for us, I guess, the Pacers did win. And Cleveland beat the Boston Celtics by 1 point. I might have to go back and watch that game. But right now, this can't be correct anymore. We're a half game back of the
We're
Knicks.
in fifth.
Okay, yeah. What I'm looking up.
We're in fifth right now.
Okay, so we're ahead of the Sixers now?
We are ahead of the Knicks currently. The Sixers still have one more game to play on us.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we're
the
like
Sixers, sort of, kind of. We're tied
Yeah.
with New York right now.
All right, right on. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're in the fifth seed right now. Woo! Let's go, baby.
That's fire. Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
And just because we're not toxic like that, or at least I'm not, I hope Jalen Brunson is okay. But at least for the meantime, like,
Yeah.
with
definitely.
him out, it's definitely going to hurt them.
They're jacked up. It's just a minor knee contusion with him. He'll be back probably their next game he'll be back when they play us. I think their next game is Friday. So I imagine he'll be back in the lineup, but Julius Randle probably won't be. OG probably won't be still. Mitchell Robinson's been out all year. They are nicked up. We have to go into the Garden and beat them. But before that, we are playing somebody else, no?
Before them, we go to play Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me there, man. No, you put me on the spot.
No, it's all good. That's all good. We got to get
going-
out of here anyways. We got technical difficulties. Sorry. Thanks, Second Cousins, for sticking with us. I know it's been a weird one, but it's all good. We love you very much. Magic, baby. Killing it lately. Let's go get that dub. Hopefully I'll be in the building in New York if it's not too damn expensive. But it'll probably be too expensive if I'm being real.
Let's
All
go.
right.
We play Washington tomorrow.
Okay, that's it. Back to back with Washington. All right, got to get that dub and then get one against the Knicks. That would be huge. We'll see you next time. Peace out, Second Cousins. Peace out, Jay.
Peace.